Okay. Let's talk about a squandered opportunity. So, on one hand, it's no secret that man has a crippling inability to conceal himself, right? And when I say man, that's a placeholder for, humans, men and women. Men always reveals true intentions, cannot keep a secret, shows his cards too early, etc., etc. It's no secret. The reason for this, of course, is obvious. Man is selfish and interested in himself. Of course, he's going to talk, and no matter how hard he might try to conceal the truth, it will inevitably show itself at some point. I think Freud said that no mere mortal can conceal a lie or a secret, something along the lines. So it is no secret that man will always show his cards. The problem is that simultaneously, man is also self-interested and greedy and selfish. So where we could be capitalizing on this inability to conceal oneself, we instead don't even realize, because we're oftentimes worried about ourselves anyway, so much so that we don't even realize that he just revealed the truth or the lie or showed his cards. We're so worried about our contribution, our consequence. Well, how can I reply to this? How can I add to this conversation? What can I say that'll prove my worth? Rather than intently listening or observing, sometimes even more so, facial expressions, actions. We don't do that. We always look inward. Always, always, always. And on one hand, yes, we ought to look out for ourselves. But on the other hand, we need to change our lens. To change our lens would effectively solve the problem. If realizing man will always eventually show his cards, no matter how hard he tries to conceal, we can change our lens. And instead of being inward focused, we can look outwards and see his facial expression once you told him good news. Does he show a wince of being annoyed, which would then of course reveal some type of envy? Do his actions match his words? Oftentimes, no. Of course, we don't notice because we're selfish. We don't care. So the solution is simple in theory. Of course, at practice, it takes a lot of time. We've been living 20, 30, 40 years, however old we are, looking in, not caring to look outward and see and observe humans. If we can commit ourselves to one study, it should be to the study of humans. No? And we'll notice when we do this, when we look outwards and we really notice man's inability to conceal himself, we'll see improvements across our life. Relationships, partners, family, friends. We'll understand why someone acted as they did. We'll understand why this argument transpired. And our life will ultimately improve, and it'll grant us power. Of course, power has generally a negative connotation, but it's neither here nor there. It just is. So, let's change our lens. Man cannot conceal himself. At some point, the truth will be revealed. It's a damning... Man has been fated to inability to conceal himself. The least we can do is now change our lens and notice this. And it will, therefore, inevitably improve our lives.